now it's choking time, so we have to, because the active turtle looks open for most people, like, oh, they take my back and they will choke you left and right. So now we have to kind of give answers to those things, that it looks open, but it's, in my mind, it's not that open. And also, to gain activity, you gain something. So you give something away to gain activity, so it's a trade-off also. So all good, because let's say in boxing, it would be very safe to have a square stance and then arms up, and you could have leg kicks checked for both sides, very easy, yeah? But to gain mobility, to gain ability to attack and move, you have usually staggered stance, one leg forward. But then it's also reachable for opponent. You have to have a leg kick defense, it's a little bit harder sometimes, and so it's a trade-off a little bit. So I don't mind those things. But now I will show you what usually people think and what happens, and usually a couple of times, and then people know better. So, active turtle. And seems like if they're behind me, that one way of seatbelt harness is available. So usually people take it. Yeah, I can also prevent that, I don't mind that, and then this hook is available. But what happens is they have underhook and a hook on the same side. And if they go with the speed, they actually fall off themselves. And I will also show you later how they adapt to that, but that's not the point at the moment. But let's go. So first of all, if they grab the seatbelt, I'm gonna try to, wrist fight. I make a mistake, go back, don't do that, go hook. And so this is very important that they go. And now I don't want to hurt my arm, so my arm cannot be weirdly this. So now I lower my head, I lift my butt, and he slides off from this like arm that is a straight post, and I do a switch. And then I change, and then I lower again. So it's gonna be very nice movement. This, and also you can circle by that. So you go here, you're gonna circle, you're gonna move, and then you go back. So you're gonna lower the head, lift the butt. So, and if you do it fast, you're gonna just fly through you. So this is one of the things you encounter right away when people do this. You can avoid those things by little bit by circling. So let's say if I'm playing here, I'm gonna circle, and that's why really important is wrist fight. If they wrist fight, it's very, very hard. Even like, let's say if I have a wrist and they try to put the hook here. This is, you just turn and do the stuff and everything works like we said. So that requires, from my part, already done mistake. They wrist fight, they pull the arm out first. That is already mistake from my part, go back. Because if they pull the arm out, that's our escape already. So many mistakes in a row, go seatbelt. And then hook. And then I have to tilt. And then you turn. So that's the move that usually people try to do, and it's very tempting to go that side, but actually it's kind of the trap. So that seemingly open side, they have underhook and hook, it's not very beneficial for them. So, but I will also show you next one, it will be the choking version, so we get to that. And now with the choking stuff, the same move, the same back take actually is what they try to do. It's dangerous when they have a grip. So like I said, many mistakes in a row, the grip fight is wrong, you don't intercept. And what the side is good when they actually get the gi grip, it becomes like a bow and arrow, a rolling bow and arrow. But the move that you try to do is actually the same. And I know that some people, like more beginners, will consider it's still dangerous, but actually I don't feel danger. But still I feel like something, they choke a little bit, but it's not on. So sometimes I have like talks with people that consider it like it's a little bit still dangerous, but I understand that trade-off, and I'm still behind that idea. So what I mean by that is they make a choke, a lot of mistakes already on my part. They go here, and now they can have a bow and arrow, yeah? And this is still bad, but the leg can be also here, and they can go under, and then those things, and maybe they grab a leg. So there's many versions of this you can roll, but the move you do actually against it is exactly the previous move we did, just say change sides. And it's this has to be there, and you control the bottom leg. That's the trick. So, and it's quite easy to get. Let's go. So here, and you do this. Go choke. And the choke is off. This is the leg. You do this, get the leg, head back. So, one more time. So I guess if they do it like, you know, fast and everything, that's why the active turtle, so there's more kind of threats, but in essence I would not call them a threat. But definitely if you're tired and if they're fresher, the balance is not the same and you're more in danger, but actually this is like, they give you a sweep, so in long run, technique will be weeded out in that way. So, one more time. They go, I'm defending, and right away, here, and then keep the leg, so you control them and they can't run away or stand up or anything else. So this is also what they try to do, but remember, wrist fight, grab the collar, you know, and then if they do this, you know, you have the move, so the same technique that you do in no-gi, you can beautifully do in a gi, and it makes like total sense. So, be my guest. Now we expect opponents to become better, and what's the first adaptation usually they do if they get the, let's call it, the wrong seatbelt. So that's what happens, they balance their back and they're more behind me. So, and now we have a couple of options. I would actually, you know, one is that I would stand up. So, go seatbelt, like this, I would protect, and they're not falling off because they learned their lesson. And also they may put the hook behind my leg. That also keeps them there because they can't put the hook over. Try to put the hook over. We will talk about that also. And now my job is to do the first thing, kind of shake, release this, and the more I release, the more I do them, and then I catch that leg and everything else happens. Or I can also stand up. So with them, I do stand up a lot for back escape. So one more thing I can do, go. Seat belt and hooks and stuff, I will stand up. Back straight, switch, and I only straighten my back when this arm is free. Because if I straighten without this, the hook goes in, that's bad. And if I do it without, then the hook happens, and then those things happen. And then we have to get this elbow out, and a nice kind of, you use it as a screw, you screw the arm and head out. So this is a very, very important one. And if they jump to your back, you can, if your timing is bad, they get to the back and then you shake and they fall or you stand. But actually, when they jump to your back, you can already guide them because they come with that inert. So what I mean by that is, they're here, you make a mistake, and it's ready. You can, you know, guide them. And then this is very important. Arm, and then you do this. So they have to come from this side to that side, so you just give them a little nudge and they're still gonna fall off. But they will try to adapt. Even the adaptation would be that they take the harness around the bicep sometimes. So they do this, they have hook, and if they have bicep seatbelt, it acts like a underhook. So underhook. So now they have underhook and they don't fall off so much. So without the underhook, the usual adaptation is they grab this and now you have harder time and they're shaking them, and then maybe, you know, you will stand up now. And then we will see what happens, and you know, where's the arm? I have to figure out this, go under, body locks. So that's usually what they try to do. And you can still go forward and they can, you know, fall off, you can stand up. So there's a feeling of, you know, is it your weight class, is it smaller, is it heavier? So this is very important. But so usually that's the adaptation I feel, because they still want to go to that harness seatbelt because it's open. It's easier to get, but adaptation looks like this usually. Now we go to more difficult problems, more mistakes. They happen. It's a sport. Now I give them a better harness, or they fight for it, or I do a mistake, so who knows. And now they can hang on more, but we're still gonna use the same principles. So seatbelt, they got this seatbelt, yeah. I still wanna have this. They have the rest. Go. The hook goes in, and they usually try to put the hook, top hook, but this elbow is very wonderful. That kind of makes my midsection wider, and it's really hard to put the hook in. So usually they go behind the head. So this is also good for them because they learn to use different hooks, not only outside, also like inside, also outside. So what I can do before I will stand up, I can also always go this. I can shake, and now I have a choice. I can have also this grip, and even if they want to choke me, go choke. Go. So this happens. It's really, it feels like, oh, you're not protecting your neck. And I think Jiu-Jitsu talks about too much about protecting the neck, because the way I understand it, and I can do also in real life, you can keep your arm somewhere else and not always protect your neck all the time. So definitely if the angle is good, them going for a rear naked, they actually fall off. So that's first thing. So let's go. Here, make a mistake, go, hooks. So I can stand up right now, or I can start to go this. I can do this also, not bad. I can do this also. So this will be all part of the back escape system also when this comes out, but I can have this. And now elbow is here, the knee is there. Now I stand up, I change this grip, and now only when I have this arm free, and my neck is usually turned in, but I'm talking to the camera at the moment, so I will stand up, go for a choke, and now usually out. Don't reach. Many people go like underhook right away, because only underhook when you know what you're doing, because you underhook and then you get thrown and stuff. So just get to neutral. It's very important. And if they stay more behind you, then this sequence is even more better, and it's dangerous because they're behind you. So if you do a slightest mistake of not freeing this arm, the hook can come in. If you do a slightest mistakes with the arm, they have easier time to choke. So being an angle, that also when somebody takes my back on a ground example. So I always emphasize under seatbelt, yeah, an angle. So usually we're talking about this, and from here all the chokes are harder. So if you have this, then you have more trouble. So you can get away with stuff also if you're better, and I would recommend that if you're bored, go deeper, because these days we are already getting very good results with armbar escapes and really straight arms, and whatever the Verdum and Magalhães did, I can teach it to white belts, because we understand now what the armbar is, and we can escape really straight armbars. But so the point is, you can be in trouble, in very big trouble, but you have to know what you're doing. So right now, or last time, I'll show you, we're emphasizing more the good angles and being safe. So seatbelt, everything is back, so I already want that angle. And now I can go here, I can keep this, or I can get that. If this knee is out more, probably I can't have it, then I would choose to have this. If this is more here, sometimes they're looking for this hook also, right? Or they're crossing their legs, or they're looking for this hook. This also kind of attaches me to them. And now straight up, and this is now dangerous, yeah? My back, they're in back, and then chokes, and then if I do this, the hook goes in. So I need this. So choke, and now you kind of pull the elbow, and then you stand up. The question is also maybe why do stand up? It's weird in Jiu-Jitsu and in closed guard. People stand up more, and people stack through closed guard less. It's even taboo, a little bit. I emphasize both. One extreme, other extreme. So back takes, most people, back escapes. Most people stack through the guard by putting their back on a mat. Very few I've seen teach standing up. I'm the guy that tries to also put this direction back to the mat. So we have both extreme. You stack through the guard, and you also stand up. works wonderfully, and then you do everything between. So that's why I also stand up, because let's say, I don't think it's wrong physically say it, you gain more gravity, but you understand what I mean. They have harder time hanging on, and they're sagging and they're falling. So standing up direction overall as I escape to stand up, or escape with them to stand up, it's very good. And when they know that I have ability to stand up and do invert and shoulder roll, then I can play with jab and cross. And when I have left and right also, then I will be very dangerous opponent for escapes, because I can play with sides. I'm not one directional, that I'm just like, I will punch you in the face and say, I will play with you. So that is very, very important concept. Now I will show you some other versions. Other versions have attacks that people tend to do to you a couple of times, and you cannot freak out. So, because they seem to be not efficient. Anyway, so active turtle, and some guys try to go leg lock. So they go here, and it seems like a good idea, but actually Roland is also actually my leg lock coach and one of the longest leg locking guy in Estonia, and he's been developing that, and it's kind of like a weird thing, so he kind of knows what he's doing, but their attacks are kind of weird from here. So, and if you cover this and they can't get the hips and the knees, so this is not a very, very good place to be. If this goes over, then it becomes maybe a 50-50, but I'm still stand up, yeah? So it's not the beneficial angle for attacking the legs. And if this is under, then there's a danger of me right away standing up and doing stuff. And so a lot of people are not a lot of people, let's say, some of them are like, oh, with leg locks. And it's because it feels like leg is there and I could do it, but it's in the wrong side, weird way. So even like Achilles is weird. And so one more time, just when they jump, you just go back into this, or I just covered knee go. And it's already a weird position, and then all the recoveries and stuff, usually people stop doing that attack very fast. But if you're not ready and if you're not familiar with leg locks, you might feel in danger and do something in panic. But definitely get involved in leg lock game. It's somebody smart has said it's 50% of the body. Why do I ignore it? So but some big guys can definitely squeeze and you feel in danger, but I don't think that's the best breaking position to leg lock. So just be aware that some people do it and you will be fine, and this attack will be weeded out because it's easy sweeping top or even the pass if they're more stubborn. So you will good. Another attack you would encounter, people do, decent one, is when they go under the leg and they want to tilt me. So I'll show what it is. So they go here, they tilt, and now they run and do this. So if that's why also the active turtle is a little bit harder, because it is active. So it's like you can't just stay there. So you have to be like feeling, and also like passive turtle is enough active because you still, or panda, or you're still messing around. You're not like, and nothing happens to you. So that certain chaos that's manageable, we have to manage that. So it never be like super safe that I do this and nothing happens. But anyway, so if they run me over, I seem to have always the bottom hook ready for their leg, because they have to drive in. So what I mean is they're driving and they push, and then if I fall, that hook is always there. So that bottom hook. And what I want to do before they want to smash past me, go smash a little bit. So they go here, yeah. So I want to bring my legs up, and now I'm ready. And depends what you want to do. You can go some leg locks, you can just get guard, you turn, open guard, so whatever. But that hook seems to be, and because they're driving, you can really pull that hook. So let's go a little bit further. If they really pull, go. So it's really easy to make them overdo it, and now it's guard. Usually they recover, go back a little bit, and then we have a guard. So first that, but then again, if they go under, that means where's your wrist fighting? So example, when we're here, we're wrist fighting. If they go under, I'm gonna wrist fight a lot, and if they get this grip, then my thing before I fall, I can also go here. And that kills that grip. It's kind of weird. And then again, this inside leg hooks, and I pull my leg back, and we're back here. So it's like similar position, a little bit like higher. Then what else I can do, like a timing wise, I can try to stand up. So what it means, if I'm here, wrist fighting, they're gonna lift, I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna do those things. And the last one, I'm gonna switch sides. That is weird pressure to their elbow. So I'm always circling anyway, and now from here I'm gonna switch sides. Right away I'm gonna do this, and if they hold on to the leg, actually longer, it's kind of twist, and it's kind of not convenient, so they usually let go. And then I always want to create space, create slack, and that kind of is also what you have to know. People try to mess with that. So active turtle means that you have to be active with the free arm, control them, and every time they're not controlling, attaching that arm to your body, you have a chance to go away. So depends if you want to be a turtle guy, like you want to attack from turtle and spin under attack, but every time, let's go. Every time they have to grab me, yeah? If they grab my leg, now they control the opposite directions. Now it's hard to move. If I do this, now this way would be harder to move, and this way is free. So anytime they're like I'm attacking, they're getting their arms off. They're trying to, this is my time to move. Even this could be easier, but then standing up, spinning around. So you have to monitor this thing a lot, because it's similar to what I think about side control. Let's say if somebody grabs you and they lock their arms and they have two arms to control, yeah, or even like just behind me a little bit. So now they're controlling, like their attachment is two arms. If I control one of them, there's no attachment. It's easier for me to move. Here maybe harder, but turning away more because it peels this grip off. And now the only way if to free them, this mostly they pull the arm back, and that's the escape. So if you don't escape when they're pulling back the arm and just creating a space, you can stay there more passively and wait for another chance. But you learn to recognize those chances, and that's if they pull, that's your chance. That's your chance. And in boxing and stuff, that's what you need. You need small window of jab. If you don't jab that time, what you're waiting for. So eventually, this teaches you to have commitment. Look for those moments and go. How many moments you want, like 10 of them, and then you make a decision. So that's why the active turtle is a little bit, an active, let's say panda or something, they're more harder because you gain movement, but little bit openness, you give up. There's more open, and they have chances to mess with you, but also you gain so much. But you can always go for every position that you have. You can always go shut down to passive panda, shut down to passive turtle. So it's a full game of extension and going back, and always like feeling what you have to do and rest, try again. So that's how everything in the end works. And it's gonna be an always moving structure, but we're teaching you still frames like we always said before. So I really wish you like a lot of struggle, a lot of mistakes, and just keep doing it, and just gets better. Like, if you go to boxing coach, my jab doesn't work. You won't get a new punch. Your boxing coach will go like, yeah, but then, do it more. Do it with resistance, do it with beginners, just make it work. So not new technique is not an answer. So that's also the position stuff, just wrist fights, and just more timing and awareness. It's not hard. It's not easy. But if you keep doing that, it's start to work. So now we're done. And so what to say about all this? Definitely all this, the sitting turtle, the active turtle, all the parts, they work together with a passive turtle. The DVD was released earlier this year. So definitely it helps. And so this is all like a one bundle. Passive turtle, panda, active parts. You can move through those positions. Everything is kind of one. They work together as one. You can go out and go into the structure. So that's very, very important. That other way, if you don't have the passive part, you're missing out and doesn't explain certain things. And just start with active, it's very hard. So definitely I would recommend getting that DVD. Uh, and also you saw on this DVD a lot of positions like hawking and running man that we didn't go very deep into those positions, how they work. And there's a thing called baby bridge now that's changed a lot how I escape. I'm a really good escaper already, but it just made everything even better. So the system is slowly revealing itself, that how I promote escapes. And it's mostly, as you see, not very framing. It's very safe in that sense, and framing and everything else comes later. So definitely those running mans and hawkings and stuff, we'll try to film them later this year even, maybe. And then they all work as a system. It's not like separate thing, but all those positions that you just saw, everything is a one bundle actually. So I can explain everything in side control and bottom and everything. So it's one thing, just move around. You try to be always safe, and the escape is your least of your worries. Because if you move around, then you recognize, oh, escape, 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 and you learn to recognize those things and finally actually escape. And then all the YouTube, that my claim is all the YouTube works with those positions. So whatever the escape is, it has to fit to the system. Otherwise the system is wrong. So when you see those crazy, some versions, it all has to apply here. And if it don't, then I have to change the system and add on and tweak it a little bit. So everything we see that works repeatedly, it has to be included. So that's usually the misconception of things when I do, is just people think, oh, it's one thing. No, everything actually is needed, because you will make mistakes in Panda, they will pull you down. So how do you fall? How do you get back? So you need everything. So thank you for your support by buying this DVD, and more is coming, and system is slowly revealing itself. And I hope it makes escaping great again. So because I think if survival is better, then the memes of Rickson Gracie kills a kitten, and Blue Belt quits Jiu-Jitsu or something, they will disappear from internet, because surviving and escaping is fun again. People don't quit Jiu-Jitsu. So this is also a little bit why I do it, because if we survive and everything is easier and you know why you lose, just fix it, and then you enjoy the game more. And people quit less Jiu-Jitsu. So that's kind of one of the passions I have. And if I can contribute to that, so then it's already, everything is better. So thank you for being with us, and till the next time.